Welcome to Globetrotter. I'm Jon Haggins, and I'm here with my friend Solly Moeng, and he's from the South African Tourist Board, and he's going to share South Africa, where I have been, and I've had some glorious experiences. And, you know, what does your name actually mean, Moeng?
Moeng means visitor. It's Sotho for visitor.
That's fantastic. Sotho is a very small country in South Africa.
Well, it's a bit more complicated than that. I'm not from Lesotho. In South Africa, you have Sotho-speaking people.
Oh, I see. It's a language.
It's a language.
Oh, I see. I was thinking of the country, Lesotho.
We have 11 official languages, one of which is Sotho.
Right. And you speak all 11?
No, I speak about 7.
That's enough.
Yeah, that's good enough.
Did you ever get confused along the way?
No, not really. I grew up with it.
That's what's so marvelous about people from other countries, where they learn as children all the different languages. Here it's monolingual, so you never really learn anything else. And it's unfortunate because, the world is so big and there's so many different nationalities and so many different languages, and it would be so great to be able to go and speak the language of whatever the country is and be able to share that, But I think what's happened for me anyway, and I'm so excited just having you here, is the fact that having been to South Africa once and having experienced, the different cities, the different climates, the different personalities, and the history was just the most mind-blowing experience I've ever had, and I loved it.
And you know that not this year, but next year we'll be celebrating 10 years after the changes took place.
Oh, yes.
After Mandela was released and he became president, and we're all carrying ourselves for that. It's going to be exciting.
And I think we remember where we were at that time.
Absolutely. Yeah, we're not talking of 10 decades of struggle and 10 years of freedom.
Right.
Looking back at the achievements of South Africa in the past 10 years, it's 8 years, it'll be 10 years next year.
Absolutely, absolutely. I was in Ghana at the time, and I wanted to be in South Africa to celebrate with everyone. But I thought it was so incredible that people came out to vote. They marched and they walked for miles and days to vote, and I thought that was so important, and more people here should vote, as an example. But there, they hung together, and they wanted to make a point, and they did, and it was just such an incredible victory for the entire country, and I think it just makes the country that much better.
Absolutely. I think because a lot of us didn't know how to vote, we're not allowed to vote for many, many years.
Absolutely.
Suddenly it became possible for us to do so. We went all out to make sure that we do it, and we do it in a way that makes a difference.
Oh, absolutely. And it has made a difference.
Absolutely.
And it keeps growing, and it's almost like a new country in a sense. When you look back and you think it's only about 9 years, about 9 years ago, and you think 9 years? That's like an infant. And then the fact that it's growing all the time, whether it's, the other thing I found was that South Africa was safe. People often ask me, is South Africa safe? It's very safe. I mean, I've had great experiences throughout the couple of cities that I've been, and I've gone off by myself. I was with some Americans who said, you can't go by yourself. I said, why not?
Yeah, that is the biggest challenge that we have, fighting the perceptions that people still have of South Africa, as you say, is an unsafe place to go to. But once Americans, and I've been here for about 6 months now, Americans that I've met who've been to South Africa either have gone back or they're planning to go back with friends and relatives. And our biggest challenge is to get them to go there the first time. Once they've been there, we know that they get to see that what they see in newspapers it's not representative.
Forget the New York Times. I mean, they don't even know what the currency is. The thing is, you have to experience it for yourself. Once you go there and you feel, it's like tasting the cake, or the pie. Once you taste it, it's like it devours. It goes into your body. It's wonderful. And, you want to go back because it's so big. It's a huge country. It's not, I remember once somebody on NBC said, in the country of Africa, and I thought, what?
Yeah, that's what we still come across from time to time.
Yeah.
It's even more disappointing when it comes from someone in the media.
Oh, absolutely. But I'm so, I remember being on the street one day, and I asked this gentleman, I said, where are you from? And he said, Africa. I said, where in Africa? And he told me, and I said, oh, I've been there. And he smiled because he assumed that I would be like everybody else who would have said, oh, the country of Africa, which is ridiculous. What are there, 52 countries, I think? Which is enormous.
It's huge. It's a huge continent.